Hello. Welcome to another edition of Debt Ain't My Daddy. I'm your host, LJ Young. For those of you that are new to my channel, again, I hate it when I do that. My name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see. Help them see with just fifth grade math. That's it, nothing else. I help people financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. The debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt, believes in financing everything that depreciates, everything that goes down in value, while it goes up in value at the same time due to interest and fees and all the other stuff that comes with it. All right, today, first of all, I want to thank everybody that reaches out to me in emails. I want to thank my new clients. I want to thank people that donate to me. I want to thank the people that simply write me to tell me how I've changed their lives. Much appreciated. Good morning, Mark. How you doing? I want to make sure this series is called Life After Debt, and this is for people that have made the sacrifice to finally get to zero. Ill Wills, good morning. Good morning. Took the day off. Okay, I'm studying hard. Body karate. I'm doing good. This is a series, my Life After Debt series is for people that have made the sacrifice to get to zero. And they know what I mean by getting to zero. They understand that money is spoken in two languages now, debt and debt free. So when I say made the sacrifice to get to zero, they know exactly what I mean. This is for you, all right? And also I've been listening to my audience. I'm going to talk only to the people that speak debt-free during this series, okay? Only the people that speak debt-free. Now, once I begin this, I'm going to continue on until the end of the subject matter, okay? And then when I'm done, I'm going to say the end, okay? So then I'll answer all the questions and everything at the end, because some people want to come to my channel, get the content and leave. They don't want to talk about the baby steps on what to get to, how to become debt free, financially free, how to speak debt free. They want to get to the meat of things. Okay. These are for the people that have reached zero. And now they're like, now what do I do, LJ? I'm here. I've done what it takes to get here. Now I'm at zero. Now what? Okay. All right. So again, I don't want you guys to come in the chat room and think I'm ignoring you. I'm not. I'm just sticking to the subject all the way to the end. And then when I say the end, then that's when I'll answer all the questions and whatever, right? But this is for the people that are, this series of my videos for the people that have reached zero, have made the sacrifice to zero, and now what? Okay, here we go. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes here at the same time on my phone, okay? All right, understand. Not gonna be, all right, so now that you've reached zero, there's a few emotional parts that come with it too, okay? Now you're going to be mad at yourself for about a year or so, because you now understand how easy it is to become a millionaire. Easy. It's only fifth grade math. Okay, you're going to be mad. That's just a feeling. Remember what I said about feelings. They have nothing to do with your money. That's just the emotional part. So it'll take about a year to get over it, but you will, okay? So don't worry about that part. All right. You'll be mad because you finance cars and clothes and furniture, believing you're a homeowner with a mortgage, financing motorcycles, shoes, cell phones, all the things that go down in value. Okay. They'll all come to light and you'll be mad. Again, that's just a phase. You got to remember you're outside the debt matrix. There's still millions of people that still do that, but you're not one of them. You'll now realize everything is a thing now. So the price tag you see on things, they're not even worth that. You understand that it's the company branded it and made it. And then they just said, that's how much it's worth. And the people in the debt matrix believe it. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. Not you. Get over that. That's a feeling. When you're alone, what you do, and I'm telling you guys things that I've done for myself, okay, once I stepped outside the debt matrix. When you're alone, go to the mirror, cuss yourself out loud too. Just be mad. You're going to be mad because you couldn't see it. That's all right. Cuss yourself out in the mirror. Say, what the F were you doing? How come the F? Get it all out, because it's up here from here on out, all right? I mean, not uphill, it's downhill. Excuse me. It's downhill from here on out. Just a second. Let me put my earpiece in here so I can. Okay. Then take time. After you get all that out of your system, then take time to respect the system. Because as you can see, many can't see this. Somebody designed this system. You can see it clearly. This is designed. I don't know if it's a family designed it or a single person designed it, but somebody designed this system. I don't know why this thing won't stay in my ear. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second here. Oh, that's why. It's not in books. How come one would know to look? How would a person know to look for something that they have no idea even exists? See what I'm saying? You now know it exists. The matrix is real. The debt matrix is real. It's clear as day, isn't it? That's okay. Now you know, because now you can use it. Whoever designed this system hid it in plain sight with simple math. Ain't that crazy? Think about this. This is a little bit off my notes, but think about it. Somebody said, I'm going to come up with a system so simple that nobody's going to believe it. What kind of mastermind does that? That is brilliant. And I'm going to hide it in plain sight. You you understand, you go tell a person, hey, did you pay cash for that iPhone? And they'll say no. And then you'll look at it and they have it in their hand. They have no idea what they're saying to you. Millions of people believe they're homeowners while having mortgages. How in the world did they convince people of that? I don't know, but it's brilliant. You now understand that big banks are not bad guys. They're actually showing you the way. When you see big banks downtown with amazing foyers in them, you walk in and everything's marble and gold plated, you're no longer mad at them. You can hear what they're saying. Hey, this is what they're saying. Hey, we're making so much money. Look what we're spending it on. We're just making stuff up. We're buying big buildings. We're putting marble on everything, walls, floors, gold plated this. They're saying, hey, you want some of this money? All you have to know is understand the language. Once you understand the language, now you can come get some of this money. That's what they're saying to you. They're not big and bad and mean. That's only people in the debt matrix say things like that because they don't understand the language. You now understand that taxes, maybe you do or maybe you don't, but I'm going to show you right now. Taxes can help you build wealth. Taxes aren't the reason to keep everybody down. That's not true. Only people in the debt matrix think that now. Can you see it? Understand, taxes are the backbone of the whole system. This is the very reason why you can go to prison if you don't play along with the rules. Nobody ever stops to think why you go to prison, right? Now you can see why you go to prison. It's the backbone of the whole system. And you can clearly see now that you don't have to cheat on taxes. You don't have to do none of that. Understand the rules, and taxes will help you build wealth. And if you don't know right now, you no longer stop thinking about money individually. If you're here at zero, now you must no longer think about money individually. You always think about money collectively. If it wasn't for people in the debt matrix, we would not be able to live free. We would not be able to live carefree and no longer buy things like, for example, market value of anything no longer matters to us. Why? Because the people in the debt matrix are in debt. They will take anything for whatever they have for cash. You don't buy cars. Blue book value of cars no longer matter to us anymore. Why? Because you now purchase your cars from people in debt. They will take anything and they don't even know. Nothing personal. Don't mix your feelings with your money ever. It's all a choice. Just like it was a choice for you. You chose to believe your own. Ain't that crazy? All you had to do was believe your own math. That's it. You don't even have to know math. All you got to do is use the calculator on your phone. Don't even have to know math. Do they know that? Nope, it doesn't matter. If everybody knew, think about it this way, if everybody knew what I'm sharing with you today, if everybody knew what we knew today, the whole system would crumble. It would break. We need people to continue to finance cars, clothes, shoes, furniture, iPhones, Samsung, Note, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They have no idea that a phone is not worth $1,500 when they make it in some other country for probably about 100. Do they know that? No, it doesn't matter if they know that or not. Doesn't matter. It's business. It's nothing personal. Nothing. Do I wish I knew who designed this system? I wish to God I did. I probably will never know. Again, it's not in books. People in the debt matrix have no idea what question to even ask. They don't even know the language of debt free even exists. Now you understand money is spoken in two languages, debt and debt free. They have no idea the language of debt free even exists. So you think they're going to go look for a book? I need to look for a book on debt free. That doesn't exist. Even if I wrote it, only certain people would even know to look for it. Whoever designed this system is brilliant. Whatever family, person, I have no idea, but it's brilliant. Notice how they say over the internet and just probably all your life too, oh, it's a secret to being rich. No, it's not. You know what the secret is to being rich? Calling it a secret. That's what makes people believe it's a secret when it's not a secret. They just, again, whoever thought of this is brilliant. This person said, hey, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say it's a secret so everybody believe it's a secret when it's really not a secret. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about it as I'm saying it. It is brilliant. It's not even a secret. It's math. Now that you're financially free, you can't feel bad when you see your loved ones going down the wrong path, knowing the people you love in your life are trapped in the debt matrix and they don't know it. You can't feel bad for them. You can't involve your feelings with that. Again, it's a choice. You just gotta let them come to you. They're choosing not to believe their own math. They're choosing not to trust math. This is a choice. So you can't feel bad. I don't care if it's your son, daughter, uncle, aunt, grandmother, grandfather. This language has no barriers. It doesn't matter the person's age. It doesn't matter their race. Debt is a colorblind slave master. The debt matrix doesn't care what color you are because all it sees is green. Period. You understand that now. So you can't feel bad. If they come to you and ask for the information, great. That means something's clicking, saying, hey, there's something wrong. No matter how much money I'm making, I still can't get ahead. But if they still believe they're going to borrow their way to freedom, hey, you got to let them be. You can't say anything. They think they got an awesome deal on a awesome finance rate on their brand new car. Let them believe it. You just walk up to the car. Hey, that's a nice car. Oh, yeah, new car smell. Do all that. Do all that. Never say, hey, you know what? Nobody gets a finance car on sale. You can't say things like that. You'll never have anybody hang around you. You won't have no friends. You won't have no family. They will call you the black sheep. You got to play along. You have to fit in, especially if you want to be rich. You got to fit into the debt matrix. You're not part of it. But if you want to be rich, you just got to play along with it. It's normal. It's normal for you to feel like all these years, you probably have let your job define who you are. And once you become financially free, you'll start to realize that your job is not you. It was just something that you made part of you, and you'll naturally start to separate yourself from that. I don't know why that is. It happened to me. It is what it is. And then you realize, you start to think, who am I? Because for the longest, I was a computer engineer for 20 years. So that was my label that I put on myself. I guess because I was in debt, that's the only thing I could really hang on to. I'm trying to explain it to the best way I can. But once I became financially free, I realized, who am I past computer engineer? See what I'm saying? Once I was out of debt, I quit. I couldn't take it. My cubicle felt like a prison cell. The building that I went into to go to work felt like a prison cell to me. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the place I worked. I worked, but it's a feeling that's unexplainable. Yes, this will naturally happen to you. And yes, you'll go through things like, hey, I've been doing this all my life. What else am I going to do? It'll come to you. I promise you, it'll come to you. Whatever it is that has been in the back of your mind that you've been putting off because, hey, it's not going to make me any money. I can't live off that. Now you understand that now you can do it. Now you understand you can live off of $35,000, $30,000 a year easily. And people in the debt matrix will not have a clue. You understand that now. You clearly understand that. You see the average. They say, hey, you're in poverty if you earn $35,000 a year. Who's saying that? The people in the debt matrix, they don't know to stop and say, who's saying that statistic? It all counts on who you're talking to. If you're in debt making that much, of course. But when you're out of debt, you can see that that's easy. Let me tell you what I did. When I quit my job, I took a year off. I'm not saying you will or shouldn't or should, but it took me a year to break the 40-hour work week conditioning. Took me a year. I took a year off and did nothing. Now, when I say nothing, let me say I did whatever I wanted to do. Because now you understand that you're financially free. You have money in the bank, no debt. That is easy. I did whatever I wanted to do, whatever. I didn't wait until I woke up in that next day. That's when I knew whatever I was going to do that day. That's the day I knew I was going to do something, whatever it was. Whatever. People didn't understand it. When I quit my last job, they were like, hey, what are you going to do, Linnell? I said, nothing. You should have saw the look on their face. What do you mean nothing? It was like the program in the debt matrix. You can actually now pay close attention when you say things like that. I want you to see the glitches in the debt matrix. You can see them in their face because they don't understand because they're conditioning. They're conditioned, right? You say something like this. If you're still working and you're financially free, this is what I want you to say. And I want you to pay close attention to the people, to their faces. These are the glitches in the debt matrix. I want you to stand up and go. When you're in a crowd of your coworkers, this is what I want you to say. Hey, did we get paid last week or this week? And then look at their faces. Maybe you'll understand what I'm saying, maybe not, but I want you to do that. Say, did we get paid last week or this week? And check out the response. And then when you see that look, I want you to think of me. I want you to say, damn, Linnell's right. Look at their faces. The program is scrambling in their head. They're like, what? Everybody lives paycheck to paycheck. Everybody knows the day they get paid. They're hoping they get paid the day before, and bloggity blah, and it goes on and on. Those are glitches in the debt matrix. They don't know they're doing that. You're speaking debt free. They don't understand that language. Welcome. But be very careful. If you want to be alienated, we got to fit in. If you want to be rich and free for the rest of your life, you must fit in. Not be part of it, but fit in. Now that you understand how the system works, it's feeling less. It doesn't care how you join it. The system doesn't care how you join it, the good side or the bad side. That's totally up to you. It doesn't care. You get on the good side of it, to understanding how it works. It's a piece of art. It is a Picasso painting. Now that you're here, all you had to do was get to zero first. Everybody's price tag is different. You understood what it took to get here. You understood that you had to ignore all the people in the debt matrix. You had to ignore them. They don't understand the language of debt free. In order for us to remain financially free, the majority must stay asleep. They come, you notice how they say, hey, the American dream is this, the American dream is that. They don't understand in order to live the American dream, you must stay asleep. Isn't it crystal clear? It's so clear. You must stay asleep. And the majority, 85% of Americans are in debt. They must stay asleep if we want to remain free. If you want to remain wealthy. You now know wealthy is not, there's poor, middle class, rich, and wealthy. You notice how wealthy is always separated from the rest? Because now you understand the true meaning of wealth. Wealth is owning the time in your life. Nothing trumps time. Nothing. Nothing. You can't buy more. No matter how much overtime you work, you can never get more time, ever. Isn't that obvious? It's obvious as hell right now, ain't it? Yeah. That's true wealth, owning the time in your life. When you're in debt, your time is owned by whatever entity you promised it to. You sign up for a 30-year mortgage, you're selling a chunk of your time for that object, that house that the majority of people believe they own, walking around every day, believing they're homeowners, not having a clue, people are upside down in phones. If you think about it now that you're out of the debt matrix, you now understand a car goes down in value well before you drive it off the lot. It goes down in value as soon as you step on the lot and crack your lips to say, I want to finance that depreciating object with interest. They just sold the time in their life for a freaking car. And people do it every day. They don't know. Now you do. You're going to sit. We don't do that. Sell the time in your life for a car, for a watch, for shoes. No, sir. Now you're in the position to figure out how to own the time in your life. Now you're in a position. You notice how you don't even think about money anymore? Don't even think about it. You don't wake up and say, oh, I got to pay this bill. I got to earn this money. We don't even think about money. We understand that it's a tool now. It's nothing. It's no different than a hammer. You pull it out just like when you need to nail something in the wall. You pull the hammer out, use it, and you put it back. That's the only time you need money. Notice how the people in the debt matrix, they don't even realize money doesn't even exist for them. They think because they have it in their pocket, they think it's in their hand. It's not even there. That's the debt matrix. They have 50,000 in student loan debt, right? And they have $1,000 in savings. Say it like that. Just say the scenario. They believe they have $1,000 in their savings when math will clearly show that they're negative $49,000. How come they don't know that? I don't know. It doesn't. Somebody invented this system, I promise you, and it is brilliant. It is brilliant. You're no longer part of that. Welcome. You take from this point on, this is what you do. You figure out what it's going to take for you to own the time in your life. You see how many videos I put out? You think I want to go back to that? I'm doing whatever it takes to never go back. To go back into the debt matrix work environment so you can just talk about the same old things day in and day out, how they're having trouble this, buying that, look at the new car, this and that. That would drive me literally nuts. Notice how people on social media, they love talking about how broke they are. You throw some kind of meme up saying you're broke, you watch how many people jump on that. Oh, I'm broker than that. They compare brokenness, but they don't know what they're doing. That's not you. Don't ever do that. You now understand that a person's job title, what they do, who they are means absolutely nothing. Unless you can see their personal finances, don't be fooled by you. You're no longer fooled by people's stuff. That now you understand that whoever they are, that means nothing. They're just a person. Welcome. I'm the first to welcome. This is the channel you come to get congratulations. If you get to zero, when you get to zero, you say, hey, you come to my channel, say, Linnell, I got to zero. Because if you say that to the person in the debt, to people in the debt matrix, hey man, I got to zero, they're gonna be like, zero? Why are you happy about that? You're broke. They don't realize they're in the negative. They're so deep in the negative, they don't even know. All right. The end. I'm saying the end for people that come just to get here, come to my channel, get the meat of the subject matter of the video. Now that's the end. All right. So you guys can choose to stay or leave after I'm respond to anybody's questions that may have, that may be new to my channel and only speak debt and maybe not understood anything I said during this particular life after debt video. Okay. Now it's open up to all questions, everything. All right. Alternate financial medicine, the Black Dave Ramsey. You know, so funny. I've said that a few times about myself too. I believe I'm sort of the Black Dave Ramsey, but I don't know. I believe in using a credit card, so I'm not totally against credit because I know that's part of the system. All right. My brother been trying to get me to take about a month off, but I'm trying to uncondition my mind maybe soon. Urban Bros, you know the difference with Urban Bros? You guys work for yourself. So I don't really consider the passion of work that I'm doing. Like when I come on here every day and I help people, I don't really feel like that's work. You see what I'm saying? You guys are on, you guys are growing your crops, you're showing people. That's passion, man. You're not, when I see you guys, it doesn't look like you're being forced to do any of that. You're showing what people should be eating and new information that I don't even know. You know, I'm a health conscious person, but you guys still be, when I be on your Instagram, Urban Bros BR, I be like, man, I didn't know that. There's supposed to be seeds in bananas? Really? When? Because I've never seen them. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you guys doing, man. But I do agree. Take a break every now and then. Take a break. But when it's your passion, have you noticed this, Urban Bros? When it's your passion, I sleep and dream this stuff. The right people, check it out. I don't know what it is, but right now, the right people are reaching out to me. They're just coming out of the blue. The right people are reaching out to me. We should definitely do a debate on debt. Hey, alternative financial medicine. Hey, check it out. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. I'm always ready. I'm always ready. You just let me know. Give me at least just a 1 hour advance. That's it. I don't even need a whole week. Whenever you're ready. Good morning, Erica. Good morning. Ill Wills. You know I said what's up to you. We love helping it. I see, and you know what, Urban Bros, I see it. People see passionate people. People can see people doing things for money. People can see people doing things for passion. Of course, I'm doing this for money too, but this is my passion. I had to put out a lot of videos before anybody even noticed me. Okay? And I just make it simple. I make it really basic and simple. So simple, it blows people's minds. Ill Wills, I got that one you recommended. I got the exact one. That's what I got. Ill Wills, got that exact mic. Makes a huge difference. Huge. Hey Hassan, I didn't see you there. Sorry. What's up? How you doing? And I want to make sure everybody know any financial questions, anything, any personal finance question, I'm here to answer. Anyone. I already told the main subject. If you're coming in late, I've already talked about the main subject of the video. So if you don't want to stay for this, you can cut out. wait for this video to end, this live session to end, and just listen to it. It's about 30 minutes maybe, because I'm looking at 29 minutes right now. So it's 25 minutes max, okay? Any financial questions? I'm waiting. Alternative, I got your email, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to do that. Any personal finance questions at all? I want to welcome everybody and thank everybody that came over from O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel. Much appreciated. Do you recommend renting where you live or owning where you live? Where I live personally, I would say, I mean, it all counts on if you have the money or not. If you have the money to buy, Urban Bros, you buy. Okay. Anything that stops hemorrhaging from your bank account. What's hemorrhaging? Interest. When you're paying interest, that's hemorrhaging from your bank account. Anything you can minimize to stop that from happening, you do it. But if you can afford to buy a house, how do you know if you can afford? Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a house. If you can do that, great. If your finances are in a negative, it doesn't matter how you feel or where you live, or none of that really matters. It matters if you have the money. R. Carp, you should do a video of people living above their means. Well, we can see that you can go on Facebook and Instagram and see that all day, every day. It's there. It's it's there. That's easy, Arcart. You just get on social media. I see people doing it every day. They're only fooling people in the debt matrix. They're not fooling me, people like me. I mean, not that they're even trying to fool me. They don't even know they're not fooling me. It just is. Do you believe in one main credit card, or are you okay? Alternative financial medicine. Do you believe in one main credit card, or are you okay with multiple credit cards as long as they have rewards? Actually, use like I have one for free airline baggage. It all counts on. It counts on this alternative medicine. If you're not in debt, if I saw your personal credit report, and you're telling me what you're doing, if you're deep in debt, you're not getting free airline baggage miles. You're not getting 2% cash back. You're not getting any of that if you're in debt. If your finances are above zero and you're doing what you're doing, great. Do that thing, because you obviously know the game. You understand how it works. But if you're in debt, you're not getting free anything. Like savings minus debt equals how much cash you're getting back. If your finances are in the negative, you're not getting anything. You just believe you are. It's a belief. Credit card companies got this game on lock. Believe that. They know, credit card companies know I know. I only have one credit card, okay? Would I trade it in to get a cash back and free? I would do that. I would. But if it has an annual fee, I don't pay to have plastic in my pocket. Sorry, not doing any of that. I don't get credit cards that have annual fees. I don't do that. LT Jr., what's a safe emergency fund? I've heard 3 to 6 months, but I'm crazy for wanting to save a year or two. LT Jr., it all counts on if you're financially free. Okay. If you're financially free, meaning you have no debt, you're going to have okay, check it out like this. I don't really think about an emergency fund because I'm debt free, so I have money in the bank. All right. So when you become financially free, you can see I can see my life totally minimized. So I don't really need that much to survive. So if you're in debt, you have a different calculation of how much money you need to survive for the first 3 to 6 months to a year. And then you start saying, oh, I'm gonna save for a year. I'm gonna say, I don't really think about a number like that because I'm not in debt. So if something happened, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just gonna go over here. I'm gonna live there. It's not a big deal, because say like something happened where I live right now and I had to move. I would go find a place that offers the year lease. I would walk up to them and say, hey, can you knock off 2 months if I pay the whole year right now? There's not many places that are going to turn me down. So I just saved 2 months worth of rent by paying out the whole year. See what I'm saying? It's just things like that. Once you're financially free, I don't pay full price for almost anything anymore. If I get my car repaired, I just have my transmission replaced, right? They quoted me $3,000. I said, how much for cash? Guess what? $2,200. See how that works? That's how it is. But if you're beginning to become debt free, you're starting the steps, you have to start with $1,000 in your bank account as an emergency fund. Okay. Erica, how would you approach a rental home investment? You mentioned it briefly in another video. How would I? This is how I would approach that. I would look for foreclosures and tax liened homes. That's what I would do. I'm not. Once you become financially free, housing market prices, they no longer matter to me. I don't care whatever the housing market prices in any area. If 85% of Americans are in debt, if the majority of Americans believe they're homeowners with 30-year mortgages, I don't care about housing market prices. That no longer applies to me. That only applies to people in debt. Okay, I take that back. It only applies to me when I sell. That's when housing market prices apply to me. But when I buy, never. That doesn't. I don't care how much. All I got to do is wait for somebody to lose their job, can't pay their taxes, divorce, one income loses. There's a million of them. There's a million things that are going to happen in 30 years. There is no way you can promise the bank 30 years of steady income. You're promising the bank that nothing will happen to you in 30 years. Those odds are better than Vegas. I'll take that all day, every day, including Sunday. How do you know if you're ready for an investment, to purchase an investment property, Erica? Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for an investment property. So you tell me, are you ready? That's the easiest way to answer your own question. That formula, my master mathematical formula, will answer almost anything financial in your life. Anything. I'm debt free. But okay, cool, LT. All right, yeah. So you have, right? Okay, so since you're okay, I'm gonna rephrase that, LT Jr. Okay, you're debt free. You're still stuck in by worrying about the amount of expenses you need. You're still stuck in. Part of your mind is stuck in the debt matrix. Like, oh God, something's going to happen. There's something, say like this. Now, I don't know how long you've been debt free, how you became debt free. There's some things, because I have two plans. Okay, people that are debt free, there's some things outside that you might not know, like taxes. I don't know if you know taxes can help you build wealth, right? Maybe you do, maybe know that. Maybe you're still spending over $100 a month on your cell phone bill. Maybe you're still you're paying too much on your car insurance when you don't have to. You know, it's these little things that many people don't see. You know, I don't know how you became debt free. I don't know how long you've been debt free. Maybe you just newly to debt free, or maybe you've been like that all your life. That part I don't know. Okay, but being worried about, I put it this way, LT. Stop thinking about your money individually and think collectively. And I'm gonna give you an example. The average car note is $500 a month. Now, when you hear the word the average, they're talking about millions upon millions upon millions of people making the same financial mistakes over and over and over again. That's the average. You're not part of the average. So think about it this way, collectively. $500 a month equals $6,000 a year that people in the debt matrix are paying. You don't have a car note, so you are making $6,000 more per year than the average. That's called phantom income. That is real, because you can't think about money. If you were the only person on earth and you had stacks of money, would it be any use to you? It would just be paper, right? You understand, look at money. It's just paper, it's still paper. But now that everybody agrees that this green piece of paper means something, never forget that. So you go, okay, if the average cell phone bill is $100 a month, million. Remember, the average means millions of people doing the same thing, and you pay 50, you now make $600 more per year than the average. That's how we stay free. As long as the majority believe whatever they believe, if they believe they have money, they believe it. Money really doesn't exist for anybody in debt. It doesn't exist. But yet they pull it out of their pocket and they feel it and they believe it's in their hand, but it's not. See what I'm saying? It's only real for people like us whose finances are above zero. You got it? I hope that makes sense. If not, if you're new, please like my video. If you need a free 30-minute consultation, DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Send a date, time, your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation, and we'll get straight into it. That helps me a lot. And I want to tell you guys, the ones that have been sending me their overviews of their financial situation, thank you. That has been helping me tremendously. I can write down my notes, and by the time we get on the phone, I know exactly what questions to ask, bloggity blah, and then we just get straight into it. Okay. And I want to share with you guys that that are they feel embarrassed about their financial decisions or what they've done or whatever, right? And they think that's why they're broke or whatever, right? But I want you to understand, it doesn't matter the level. I don't care if you work at McDonald's. I don't care if you're a brain surgeon. It doesn't matter. I get people that are high up, making money. They're doing well with their finances, but they're kind of all over the place, right? But they're still broke. But people can't. The outside world can't see it. I don't think you should be somewhere by this age. Excuse me. Don't think you should be somewhere by a certain age. You should be, now that you know I'm too old take all that out your mind, okay? Now you know. That's the only thing that matters. I want to be the first to welcome you here. I'm going to switch that around in your mind to let you understand that by you admitting that you messed up or you've done some mistakes, that's the first inkling. That should be the first thing in your mind to let you know that something's wrong. I need to change this. Because some people, they're just sticking their head in the ground. That's it. Don't do that. You don't want to wake up at 65, 70 years old realizing now what I'm telling you right now today. Okay. Any other questions? I'm answering any and all questions before I get off today. Anything about me personally, I'm willing to answer so you guys can understand. I really want you guys to understand this this lifestyle. There's nothing like financial freedom. Nothing. You want to stop? You ever thought about never thinking about money again? I don't even think about money. Don't even think about it until I have to. I have one credit card. You guys can go see my full entire credit report. Go see it. And then when you see it, ask yourself, how come nobody else does that? How come nobody else posts their entire credit report? There's a reason. Ryan James, welcome. Tune in, Professor Peace, fam. Warren Buffett didn't start making major money until he was 50. Exactly. It clicks at different times for everybody. I'm telling you guys, it's only the math they taught us in grade school. Somebody designed this system. I didn't wake up till 40, 41. I realized I've been making 6 digits for years and was still living paycheck to paycheck. I said, something's wrong. But I couldn't put my finger on it. Then I came across Dave Ramsey, and to summarize it, he just said, hey, use grade school math on your finances and you'll be free. And I said, there's no way it can be that easy. No way. It was too easy. It was that easy. Now I'm free. I'm never going back. I'm never going back, ever. Something Traumatic will have to happen before I finance anything. I mean, traumatic. Good luck with that. Any other questions? Any other questions? Please don't forget to like this video. Please like. Please subscribe. Free 30-minute consultation at DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Let me throw that up there. I don't know why I don't have this. I always mean to paste it. That's my email. You want to schedule your free 30-minute consultation? Send a date, a time, your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation so we can get straight into it. Hey, Ms. Hoffman, please do. Please comment too. And if you have any questions, just write it in there. Okay. This is the I want everybody to understand that my channel is you don't have to be embarrassed about any financial question. Okay. What that tells me is that you want to know, and everything I tell you will be justified with math. You can even use your own calculator to see if I'm telling you the truth. Okay. I don't want you guys to think I'm trying to fool you or anything. All right. I will check it out. I will change your life forever. And I don't want that to sound like I'm bragging. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm going to show you something that you cannot see, and I'm going to show you with math. Each thing that I tell you to do, what I do is, for those of you who don't know, I make a detailed plan for you, financial plan. You follow this plan, you'll be free. Okay, I have several different plans for several different levels. Everybody's on a different level. Okay, everybody's starting different. I have a plan for anybody. All I got to do is listen to the way they speak, look at your stuff and say, do this, do this, do this. Don't do that. Don't do that again. Don't ever do that again. Do this, do this, do this, and you'll be free. And let me tell you something. This is the best part about what I do for a living. This is the best part. This is the best part. When it clicks, when I say something to somebody and it clicks, I always get this. It'll be a long pause and then it'll be a laugh. It's the weirdest thing. When it clicks, people just like, oh man, I didn't see that. I know, me neither. I'm not some special finance guru. I'm not even bragging. I'm only using what I was taught in my 5th grade class, Miss Klingensmith. I still remember her name because I was good at those math and money games. I used to get gold stars by my name all the time, but yet I didn't use it in my own personal finances. I was led to believe 6 figures was a lot of money. Whatever. Compared to who? Any other questions? Any other questions? If you guys know of some other finance channels that would probably invite me on their show, please recommend me to them. I want to get on these shows, even if it's a show that might contradict what I teach. I'm good with that. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Math is my friend. Math will always prove me correct. All right. Any other questions? Any other things that you may have about your job? About credit cards? Bean Willie. I'm not sure who that is, Ryan. I'm not sure who that is. Is that somebody on YouTube or something? Any other questions? All right. Well, I'm going to wrap this up here. Damn, that's under an hour. Oh, he's another financial. Okay, I'll look him up, see who he is. Does he teach the way I teach, or is he a different type of teacher? Because now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that other people, when they teach stuff, like if there's somebody, say for example, similar, okay. Say like you have a person on YouTube who is an investor, okay? I'm not saying the person who's teaching investing doesn't know what he or she is saying. I'm saying there's always 2 perspectives. Are they teaching from the debt perspective, or are they teaching from the debt-free perspective? Okay, because if you want to know this, check this out. If you want to know if that person you're following is teaching from a debt perspective or from a debt-free perspective, this is all you got to say. Okay, you call them or get in their channel or whatever. You say, "Hey, person, I'm $100,000 in student loan debt, and I have $2,000 in savings." Now, before you ask them that question, I want you to think to yourself: 2,000 minus 100,000 is negative $98,000. Okay, that's what math says. Negative $98,000. Now, you tell them this information before you start. Now, if they start suggesting you invest in this stock, that stock, and 401ks and this and that, and your retirement, blah, 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 then I want you to say to them, how could I invest in anything outside myself when I'm negative $98,000 in a hole? That's mathematically impossible. If they suggest you invest in something else, they're teaching from a debt perspective, because that doesn't make sense. In order for you to invest in whatever they're telling you to invest in, you must borrow the money. And if you borrow the money, that puts you further in debt. This is just math. I'm not saying anything spectacular. I keep telling you guys this. I'm not saying anything spectacular or amazing or revolutionizing anything. I'm not. See what I'm saying? That's how to tell if they're coming from a debt perspective. Because the person the right person, the right investor, you know what they're going to say to you? You need to get rid of that debt first. Oh, you're in debt. You can't invest in anything outside yourself. Get rid of that debt. But if you're a person that says, I don't want to wait and do from there, and you still want to invest, after he tells you that, okay, and then you listen, okay, go ahead, you can do it. But he told you the right thing the first time. If you want to continue, this is business, because I'm not disrupting anybody's business. If that person's out here, that investor's out here to make money, who am I to talk bad about, negative about that person's business? I ain't doing none of that. But if they don't tell you that first, that's a debt perspective. Any other questions? If you're new to my channel, my name is LJ Young, and I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. Okay? I help you become financially free by helping you financially see outside the debt matrix. That's it, with math. Got rid of 2 credit cards. Ryan got rid of 2 credit cards already, because thank you, man. Ryan, hey, see things like that, Ryan? That's what motivates me. That's what motivates me. I only have 1, Ryan. That's it. Just 1. I don't need more than that. What, like, when you, for example, if you're a person right now, you're deep in debt, you have a lot of due dates to keep track of. Credit cards, multiple credit cards, car note, cable, phone, all these due dates, right? When you become financially free, you have no due dates, but a few. I got 1 credit card due date. My rent, that's the same every month. My electric, water, that's the only thing in my mailbox. I'm not scared of my mailbox. I don't think Freddy Krueger lives in my mailbox. There's nothing in there but what I know is going to be in there, or something that I ordered, or junk mail. That's it. Other than that, I don't have any due debt. That's one thing you don't realize when you're in the debt matrix. The businesses know that's mathematically impossible. It's impossible for you to keep up with all them due dates. You're going to miss a few. And guess what? You're going to get charged late fees, that fee, this fee, all those things. That's hemorrhaging in your bank account. You're losing money. Okay. Any tips on how to save on the internet? Yes, Erica. Good question. Check it out. You know how you get that awesome rate when you first sign up for the internet service, right? Now, if you're married, you live with your boyfriend or girlfriend, these are all legal rules, okay? This is what I do. I sign up, get that brand new awesome rate for a year. It's usually for a year, okay? And then when I sign up, I ask the person on the phone, when is my end date? They'll tell me my end date. I'll put that end date. I set an alarm in my phone 2 weeks before that end date approaches. Okay, 2 weeks. My phone will go off. Hey, that your internet, because usually people don't find out their special promotion is over until that following month, and when that bill explodes up through the air, right? You'd be like, oh my God, where'd that come from, right? But I set an alarm on my phone to go off 2 weeks before then. I call them and say, hey, my contract's ending. Can you give me another year of internet at that same price? They'll usually say no. Sometimes they'll say yes, and they'll send whatever, right? And you go, okay, then cancel it. Sometimes they'll send you to a different department that will suddenly find that great rate. But if they don't, I turn off the internet. By the way, I own my own modem. Okay, I own my own stuff. Okay, turn it off, and then I'll have my girlfriend or my wife or whatever live with me turn it on her name for the next year for the new promotion. She's the new customer. Every year we swap as new customers. Okay, cool. I play the game. Cool. I'm going by the contract. My contract's up. Yeah. Now my wife's going to get on there. Okay. Every year. Back and forth. Sometimes when I'll say, hey man, can you give me the new rate? No. I say, turn it off. They're kind of shocked by immediately when I say, forget it then. Turn it off. They're like, whoa, that came out of nowhere. Yeah. I'm not going to be paying, if I'm paying $39.99, all of a sudden you jump it up $30 more. I ain't doing that. Sorry. For the same service? No, I'm not doing that. I hope that helps. Make sure to buy your own modem, because if you have your own stuff on premise in your house, they can't charge you taxes because it's not their equipment. Okay, they can charge you the base price for the service. If you have any of their equipment in your house, that's when they can charge you taxes for that equipment. All right. Any other questions? Always play by the rules. You no need to cheat. No need to cheat them. No need to try to trick them. You just go, okay, yeah, turn it off. Then 1 or 2 days later, I just wait till they turn it off, because they usually don't turn the internet off right away, right? Usually, Erica, you can go to your cable provider's website and look for the modems that will work on their system, and then you go to Amazon and type in refurbished, whatever modem you're looking for, cable internet modem refurbished, right? And they have the same guarantees as a new one, but less than brand new. You don't need a brand new modem. You just go get a refurbished. I buy my phones refurbished. Anytime I buy a brand new cell phone, I buy a refurbished off of Amazon, refurbished cable modem, internet modem, whatever, right? Can you do that for cable boxes? Lance, honestly, man, Lance, I haven't had cable TV in years, so I don't know about cable boxes, because I do streaming services, so I just watch anything I want off my streaming box. Anything, it doesn't matter. So I haven't had a cable box in years. So that's I'm surprised a lot of people still have them, honestly, because it's really no need for them. But if you've had cable all your life, it seems like you're going to go through a withdrawal from it. But once you get out of it, you'll be like, oh man, I should have did this years ago. But I'm unsure about that, Lance, with cable boxes. Any other questions? By the way, so you guys understand, I have plans that go outside of your credit report. I identify a lot of things that go on that you might have in your life that you can save money on. That's part of one of my plans. Okay. So I have the basic plan where I just create a plan from just your credit report. And then I have a plan that's your credit report and things outside of your credit report to identify those things that you may or may not have known that you can save money on, that you're wasting money on. That's what I do. And I have a bigger plan that once you're financially free, you're new to this side of the financial game. So there's going to be a lot of questions that you're going to have that you can't really ask many other people, because they're in the debt matrix. So they won't understand what you're saying, but I do. Like, I have 1 hour phone calls each month. So a person that might have a lot of questions, I have them write them all down. By the time our hour phone call is for the following month, we could just go through it. Boom. Yes, that's wrong. Do this. Do it this way instead of that way. Yep, you're on the right track. And then sooner or later, they're just winged off, and you don't even need me anymore. Really, you just come back to soak up some new things that I might have learned. It's a constant learning thing. Any other questions? Thank you, everybody. I have a donation link under each and every video. It doesn't matter how much. When you donate, just write a note under there. Write a note in there saying, "Hey, Linnell, this is what you've done to help me change my life. You know, I did this instead of that. I was about to do this. The best ones are, I was about to do XYZ until I saw your video, and it prevented me from doing that. Saved me thousands." Those are the best ones. I ain't gonna lie. I love those ones. Or when I have a client where his son, 6th grade, was watching my videos, man, and I inspired his son. You know, this is crazy. This is what I teach is generational. You will, once you cross over, there is no going back, and you won't be able to help but teach your children, other family members, only people that will listen. But children are pretty much under your control, so you can kind of train them right now as they're young, and when they grow up, they'll just naturally have this natural ability about money. They won't know anything different, right? And they'll just naturally do it. Why do some collections never end up on your credit reports, even if it's very old? William S. Why do some collections never end up on your credit report, even if they're real? I do it like this, William. If they don't end up on your credit report, they don't exist. Okay, that's the best thing I can say. If they're not on your credit report, they don't exist. If somebody's calling you, say you owe something, you better, hey, send me a letter proving that. Something with my signature. They got to prove it. They just can't call you up and be like, hey, you owe this, and it's not on my credit report. I'm like, who are you? I don't know who you are. It doesn't exist. Don't even worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it. If it's not on my credit report, I wouldn't even worry about it. But don't be a person that has stuff on your credit report and hoping that it's going to fall off in 7 years and all this other stuff. No, nothing falls off. They're not. Somebody's not waiting on with a button by their desk, waiting for that 7-year time clock to pop up on their thing and say, "Okay, 7 years removed." They're not doing that. You have to take care of it. Got letters, but you got letters, yeah. Hey, whatever. It don't exist. It doesn't exist. You better prove it. You better tell them, hey, show me something with my signature on it. Even if I would even get into that, if it's not even on my credit report, I don't know. I personally would not. I've never had that personally happen to me. I would wonder, why is there a debt calling me and it's not on my credit report? That doesn't make sense. And usually when it doesn't make sense, there's usually a reason why it doesn't make sense. Any other questions? They sold it. Oh, okay. They sold it. Yeah. Well, pretty much all companies sell the debt to collection agencies. That's a normal thing. Okay. But usually what I've seen, especially on clients, I see the collections inside their credit report. Okay. I see it. I see the collection agency that owns it, blockety blah, whatever. Right. It's usually legit if it's like that. But if they just coming out the blue and they don't show you nothing, no, sorry, I ain't doing none of that. What about collection? Erica, what about collections from an apartment complex who changed owners? Well, if it's on your credit reports, Erica, it don't matter if it changed owners or not, the debt is still owed, because when they buy a complex, they buying everything. They're getting everything. Okay, they're getting all the debt, everything, right? So and when it's in collections, you guys got to remember, when it's in collections and it's been there for a while, you have to take care of that. But you don't really have to worry about paying the full price. So say, like, for example, I'm going to use Erica's example, right? Say like you owed the apartment complex $1,000 and it's been years since you've even touched it and looked at it, whatever. I guarantee you, if you walked up to them and said, I got $500 to be done with this, and you get that in writing. Okay, you just don't say it. Hey, if I give you 500, will you be over with this? You say, here's $500. I have $500. Will you take it? If they say yes, you say, I want that in writing, that this debt is paid in full, is considered to be done and over. You report that to my credit report to say this debt is paid in full. Until you get that letter, you don't give nobody no money. And if they try to argue with you, go, hey, you know what? I'm offering this $500 to you. If you don't want it, I'm going to go to the next person on my list. Do you want the money? They're going to take it because they rather have something than nothing. William S., the one I have, I will ask them if paid in full and only if they remove it. Yep, get that in writing and pay the prepaid card. Exactly, William. Prepaid card. Never give them access to your debit or checking account ever. You put the exact amount of money that is to be paid to them on a prepaid debit card so they can't take extra anything. They only can take what's on it, period. Never give them access to any of your money. I heard it's not as good to just pay versus having them removed completely off the report. I heard it's not as good as just pay. Well, it's both. Yeah, you got to have both. You got to pay it and make sure they remove it and make sure that's set in writing, because if it's not in writing, it doesn't exist. Okay? If it's not in writing, always treat your personal finances like a business, because it's the business of you. Never forget that. It's don't involve your feelings. I know these collection agencies, they be calling and be trying to get into your feelings and try to get you upset and mad. You got to be like, hey, why are you talking like that? It sounds like your feelings are involved. Can you stop that? And can we get to the business? Stop trying to talk about me, say I'm a bad person or whatever they do, right? You just got to say, hey, stop doing that. Let's get down to the business. All right. Do you want this money or not? Okay, that's what you got to do. Don't let them involve your feelings. Remember, feelings have no place in business. They're doing that on purpose to get you all riled up. Those are feelings. That has nothing to do with nothing. Hell, I even do it for you. I'll say I'm you. You give me permission. I'll be like, hey, this is me. I'm John Doe. Hey, check it out. I got this money. Do you want it? Oh, you ain't nothing. We're gonna call you and your family and blah blah blah. I'd be like, are you done yet? Now, do you want this money? Stop. Sometimes you can pay a settlement, but that's not as good as having them actually remove it off your report if you don't settle but pay in full. Oh yeah, they got to remove that. No, well, you know what? Like this, William. I'm unsure if they can actually remove it from your report. I got to look that up because I don't know if they can. It's on there and it's on there for like 7 years. Okay. It's just there. But if it's paid in full, that's a big difference. Okay. It's there, but it's settled. I don't know if they can remove the collection from your report. That I don't know. And I don't think they can. I don't think they can say, but they can say, I want it acknowledged that this debt has been settled. Okay. But I'm going to look that up. I don't know if the collections can be removed. Okay. Because I think it's going to stay on your report for 7 years and then it can be legally removed. Okay. But I think once it's stamped, but it can be changed from not paid to fully paid. All right. Any other questions? Free 30-minute consultation at DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Send a date. We can schedule your free 30-minute consultation at DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Send a date, time, phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation, and we can get straight into it. I appreciate you guys all that have been doing that. Thank you so very much. Thank you. That helps me out a ton when we get on the phone. I can get straight into it. This is why this is happening. This is what I can do for you, period. All right. Any other questions? And thank you, William, for the questions. Erica, Lance, appreciate it. Ill Wills, as always. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. I don't know if everybody else is still on there, but thank everyone for joining. For those of you that are new to my channel, please share. Please like the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. All right. You guys have a wonderful Tuesday. Okay. PXC. Definitely know DHCP, Wills, but PXC, I think isn't PXC for zero clients? I'm not sure. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, get the likes up. I know, you know what, Ryan, I tend to forget to like videos too myself. So we do have to remind people to say, hey, get them likes up. PBS booting workstation. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, inside the DOS prompt, right? That's when you turn it on or not, right? Inside of the, no, CMOS. Inside of CMOS, you turn that on, correct? Hey, check it out, Ill Wills. Just check it out. This is what I meant to tell you, Ill Wills. And I'm gonna make a video on this. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. Now, I wanted to get, believe it or not, I wanted to get a job so I can show people in IT what it's like to work in IT when you're financially free. But let me tell you something. I've been 20 years in the game. Okay. Good at what I do. All right. I got a college degree in computer engineering. Do you know how many people are turning me down? They ask, hey, what have you been doing for the last 4 years? Oh, I've been doing my own thing. Have you been keeping up with certs and all this other stuff? I've been like, no. I mean, I'm not saying it like that, but no, I haven't been keeping up. I still know what I know. You know how I've been getting turned down left and right? This is important. It shows you could be that many years. You could have your college degree and you're out of the game for 4 years. Yes, Ill Wills, 4 years. People working don't even keep up with their search. You're right. But I'm out the game 4 years and they're saying, no. I'm like, what? Are you serious? That should tell you. This should tell you. If you're listening to what I'm saying, get out of debt as fast as you can. Because the years at a job, even your college education, don't mean anything. 20 years in the game. I'm good at what I do. And they're asking me these questions like, hey, yeah, that's quite a long time. We're going to go ahead and pass you. What? Serious? It's crazy. It Wills. Morning, Beauty Jock. Morning. If you are in the game and you think just because you've been at your job for years, don't think that means anything. Don't believe it, because they are turning me down left and right. I'm just doing this to prove to you guys. I want you guys to see it, but I can't even get my foot back in the door. It feels like I'm starting all over again. No, I ain't doing that. DTM window cleaning. Welcome. Hey, Ill Wills, I love what I'm doing anyway. This helps me better connect with other IT people to understand, because I want you guys to see the time in your life that you're giving away for that high salary, 6-figure income, how much time you're really giving away. I want you guys to see that. But I don't know if these guys maybe they do different kind of vetting now. Maybe they're coming to see my videos and be like, oh no, we ain't bringing him in there. He ain't going to be following the rules, the unwritten rules, by the way. They're not going to be doing that. Hassan, I don't know. I think this is because I quit my job in 2016, Hassan. I think that's why. Because I haven't been doing it. I haven't been doing any kind of computer stuff related kind of stuff like that. But I just haven't just forgot it. You know what I'm saying? I know what to do if you set me in front of the system and say, hey, make this connect to that, make it do that, fix that. I know what to do. But it's crazy. You know what? Ill Wills, I don't know. Do they check all the social media platforms now before they hire you? I don't know. They probably do that. And if they've come across this channel, they're probably not going to hire me, because they're going to know I'm not in debt. So I'm not going to be playing along, giving away the time of my life for free. I'm not going to be doing any of that. But I want to do that to show you guys. Hassan, I don't want to, honestly, man, I don't want to get back in computers. I don't want to do that. I don't want to fix that stuff. I don't want to do any of that. That's just specifically to show you guys, okay? I don't want to start up a business. Hassan, this is my business. I love helping people out of debt. I love it. I didn't wake up every morning happy to go to work when I had my computer job. I never felt like that. I enjoyed what I did, but I wasn't in love with it. Ill Wills, I work with these so-called administrators. They don't know their craft. Their search are just shiny new. I blow them out of the water and don't even. Exactly. It's just, and Ill Wills, those certs, you can just get online, find some, I forgot what those things are called, where they collect all the notes for the test. And you just memorize them. You go into there, get your VMware cert, and you walk out with it. It don't mean anything because you're not doing your job the way those certs tell you that you should be doing your job. Because if you did it that way, you never get anything done. I wouldn't do it. Half those questions on those tests, I'd be like, I wouldn't do it that way. But in order to pass this test, you must do it that way. It's the stupidest thing. Once you're out of technology, stay out the day. I'm never going back. It will. I tell you what. Check it out. I know John Kennedy, right? Dumb practice. That's so stupid. I would never do anything like that. But the way they tell you on those tests, and you're right. Hey, it wills. The technology that you use, I use it now to make the videos. If I'm edit videos, blah blah blah. I use it, but not into the detail like that. I really don't even want to know it. I don't want to know. You know, I let the youngsters go ahead and, hey, it's all you, baby. Oh, yeah, you making a lot of money? Okay, go ahead. Yeah, make your money. Do your thing. You can see the happiness in your face now when you talk debt free. Just me, I guarantee you. Hey, DTN, you right, man. I sleep this stuff, man. My girlfriend be getting mad at me sometimes because I be popping up. She's like, Linnell, you need to take a break. You're always at it. And I got to go, okay. All right, sure. But I'm not. It's hard to take. But she's right, though. Some days I need to shut it off because when it's your passion, my workouts start to slack because I'm so into what I'm doing. I'm not going to the gym as much, right? I'm not eating bad, but I'm not doing my regular workouts because all these ideas be popping up in my head of how I can show you guys different ways. You know, I'd be like, oh, I can tell them this way. Oh, I can do that way. I should make a video on this day. I should do it. And then I just need to stop, go walk, go to the gym, you know, disconnect from it. And then I come back, you know. But once you let me tell you something. Once you're out of most of you guys don't realize debt is a lot of noise and it prevents your passion. Because I truly believe everybody has a passion inside of them, but they're in so much debt they have to put it on the back burner, right? They ain't got time for that right now. I'll get to it, not realizing the time is just ticking. It's just ticking. And you might not even know. Once you remove the debt of noise, I tell you, your ideas, your plan will come to the forefront. Like, for example, I've been talking Debt Ain't My Daddy for years. Okay, Debt Ain't My Daddy, Debt Ain't My Daddy. But now I realize it's a really it's a name that can be interpreted in many ways. People can say, oh, I'm not in debt. Debt ain't my daddy. Look at what I got. I got a house and car and this and that, right? So I'm slowly changing it over to savings minus debt. All right. And savings minus debt is undeniable. You can't, there's no, I bought the URL, but it's not up yet. I just bought it like last week, right? But it's undeniable. It will answer all the questions. Hey, am I ready for a house? Hey, do I have enough money to buy a car? Hey, do I have, like, it'll answer all the questions. You have enough money for a car? Yeah. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a car. Do you have money for a car? It's in the negative. It's in the negative. Yeah. Then you don't have a car. You don't have money for a car. You don't have money for a house, blockety blah. And you're right, William S., that team player, you're right. I remember hearing that in IT. Are you a team player? Never once saying, what the hell does that mean? You mean give up the time of my life? Is that a team player? I will do anything, anytime you tell me. Is that team player? I guess I'm not a team player. I guess they're not going to hire me. That's why I'm getting ill wills. I be getting back to back the standard email. Hey, though your qualifications are good, we decided to go ahead and move on to other candidates. Bloggity blah blah blah. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Are you serious? Really? Because I'm not a team player. You're right, John Kennedy. Team player equals slave. Give away your time for free. I'm not doing any of that. And again, if they come and they know my name and run my name, social media stuff, and they pop up here on YouTube, then I know they're not hiring me. But if the right business, I think this is what I personally believe, okay? If big banks see me, they'll want me. Big banks, they'll see me because they know I speak the language. I know they know. I know they know. I speak the language. And it really doesn't matter me teaching you guys what I'm teaching you, because the majority of the people in the United States can't even hear what I'm saying. They don't even know what I'm saying. Look at my views and followers. I know you guys come to my channel and see me and say, damn, how come this dude don't got more followers? How come more people are not? Because they don't understand. The majority of people don't understand what I'm saying. You guys do. That's the difference. You guys understand what I'm saying. Don't believe me? Send my link to one of your friends or your family members. Say, hey, check out this dude, man. He can help you out, get out of finance, get your finances in order. See what their response is. And then when their response is not like yours, you must ask yourself, how come he or she doesn't hear what I hear? Because they don't speak the language. That's why. You do. Crazy. I promise you. Please don't forget to like the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to recommend me to other finance channels that may want me on as a guest. I'm trying to find more and more channels that are ready for me. Okay? Any other questions before I leave? Ill Wills is ready to get out of technology. I can hear it in your voice, Ill Wills. I can hear it, man. You ready to get out? Any other questions? Any other questions? Most people don't care about Red Shark. You're right. You're right, Red Shark. You're right. But you know what? When you're on this side, that's okay. That's important. It's important for the majority to not care about their finances, for us to remain wealthy, for us to remain financially free. The majority must not care. The majority must stay asleep. It is what it is. It's nothing personal. It's just business. People want to keep financing cell phones. Keep doing it. Hey, appreciate that, Red Shark, man. I'm glad O'Shea gave me a shot, man. Put me on his show, man. That dude, man, he didn't even know me. Ill Will's recommended me to him. He put me on. It's been cool ever since. I've been still getting people from O'Shea's channel coming to my channel, man. I appreciate that. Long as people stay asleep, long as people believe in finance and cell phones, long as people believe in standing in line to buy a cell phone. Not even listen. You guys aren't even hearing me. People are standing in line to finance iPhones. Did you hear what I said? They're standing in line to finance iPhones. And when I say finance, right, they take the price of the phone, then you got to pay tax for that phone, and then they wrap it in a bundle, and then they finance the taxes and all. They finance the phone and the taxes. They're financing taxes, and they don't even know they're doing it. Don't even know. It don't make sense, DTN. You're right. You're right. You're right, William. You're right, William. They're standing in line for a chicken sandwich, but won't stand in line to vote. And for a chicken sandwich. And then, hey, check it out, William. They will post on live that they were in line waiting to buy a chicken sandwich. I wouldn't even tell anybody that, but they're video. The majority must stay that way. Okay, it's nothing personal. In order for us, the financially free, to stay free, people must continue to do that. That's very important. That it's Precious Jim. It's sad, but Precious Jim, remember, that's a feeling. Okay. It's a choice. All they got to do is use their calculator on their phone and see that they're going in the wrong direction. It's a choice. They're choosing not to believe math. That's it. I came from O'Shea Duke's channel. Oh, thank you. Reality Fitness. Appreciate it. Thank you. I want to make sure I recognize all that from O'Shea Duke's channel. O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel. Okay. Look them up. I can't with our people. So, William, hey, debt is a colorblind slave master. Don't think it's just our people, okay? I know we're very vocal about it, putting it on YouTube with lives in line, all this stuff. I get it. I get it. Okay. It upsets me sometimes, but it is what it is. You want to remain free? You better open up a Popeyes and do the same. Okay. Apple got this game on lock. They got it on lock. Apple, iPhone, try to pry an iPhone from an iPhone user's hands. You can't do it. Check it out. iPhone said, you know what? We don't want headphone jacks in our phones anymore, so we're going to take it away. The people accepted that. They accepted it. What you mean? I like a headphone jack. We don't care what you like. We like what we like. If you don't like it, leave. You know what iPhone user said? We accept that. Ain't doing none of that. That's just like a test of their power, of their product. I'm not knocking Apple. Okay. How I feel about it is irrelevant. That's a feeling. Okay. I don't mix my feelings with business. That's a test to say, let's take away this, see if they leave. They didn't leave? Cool. We're going to continue to keep doing other stuff. We have to fix our mentality. It's a mentality. Precious Jim, it's a mentality. You know what the mentality is? Trust math. Use the calculator on your phone. You don't even have to know math. You just need to know the numbers to punch in your calculator. DTN, sleep sheeps. Hey, DTN, in order to live the American dream, you must remain asleep. Everybody knows that, except the people in the debt matrix. They're asleep. They don't know that. It's all a choice. Thank you, Reality of Fitness. Appreciate it. Man, you see Ill Wills, hey, Reality of Fitness, you see Ill Wills in here. He supports everybody, man. He's been supporting me since day one. Brother didn't even know me. He was like, hey, man, I like your stuff, and I'm going to let you know I like your stuff, period. DTN, a guy was in the line with an iPhone 10 in his hand, but couldn't pay for a bag of Skittles. All I could think of was he realized that he is saying, I got an iPhone, but can't Skittles. Hey, but he didn't know that. DTN, he only speaks debt. He did, even if you told him that, right? Even if you told him, like, do this. I always do this scenario. Go to somebody with a brand new iPhone 11 in their hand, right? And go, hey, did you pay cash for that phone? They're going to say, no, I didn't pay. But yet they have it in their hand. That doesn't make sense. CENTS, that doesn't make sense. They won't know. But you can't say, hey, then why do you have it in your hand? You can't say that because they'll look at you like you're crazy. What do you mean how I have it in my hand? They don't know. Man, they don't know. You go to somebody that thought they got an awesome rate on a brand new car. You go, hey, did you pay cash for that car? Yeah. No, they say, you pay cash for that car? No. Then how come you're driving it? You didn't have the money for the car, yet you're driving the new car. That doesn't make sense. CENTS. They will look at you like you are crazy. What are you talking about? Did you steal it? No. Then how are you driving it? They won't know. Now, I'm not telling you guys to go do this because if you do, you will no longer have your friends, your family, your coworkers. Nobody will like you. Don't do that literally. I just want you guys to see it. Hello, Hyphy. I just want you guys to see that. And if this is you, listen, if this is you financing a cell phone, I'm not talking bad about you either. I want you to see what is. If you like iPhones, great. Pay cash for them. You want the latest and greatest iPhone year after year? Pay cash for them year after year. I'm not saying not buy it. I'm saying don't finance it. Because when you do, you're financing taxes. Nobody really even likes paying taxes. But if you're financing taxes, isn't that like double worse? Hassan, I have said that. They said I have financed it and they give you a bag of excuses. hey, Hassan, isn't that crazy? They sure will. Oh no, man. Instead of dropping 1,000 on that phone, I invest in the stock market and then it'll triple and quadruple my stocks. And then I'll take the interest and then I'll pay whatever. And I keep saying, Hassan, when you see this is what you got to say. When you hear this, you got to say, okay. Because it might not be it doesn't make the person bad or evil or anything. They're probably still cool as hell, but don't discuss finances with them. Don't even talk about them. If they think they got a great deal on the new iPhone, let them think it. We need, in order for us to stay free, in order for us to build wealth, the majority of the people must stay in the debt matrix. It doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. I want you guys to understand, this is not isolated just to the United States. This is worldwide. Worldwide. Okay? What I teach breaks all language barriers. It doesn't matter. The money, currency, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. You must just be like, oh, okay. Hassan, when you see one of your friends with the new phone, you got to go, oh, that's cool. That's nice. Wow, look at just play along. Just do it, whatever. Oh, we got the new pressure sensor. Oh, wow. It can touch screens better. You upgraded new iOS. Oh, that's cool. Oh, you got the 3 cameras on the back because now the iPhone's smart. Apple's smart. They changed the cameras on the back, right? Because normally, when you get a new iPhone, you put a cover on it and nobody can really tell what model you have unless they got a different size, right? Now they changed it with the camera. So now people can tell if you have the new iPhone because of the 3 cameras on the back. So now people know, ooh, look, he's got the cameras on the back. That's the new iPhone. Brilliant, Apple. Brilliant. Way to go. Now people know. So now people go out and buy the phone. So people will see that it's the new iPhone. Brilliant, Apple. That's why you guys have billions, Apple. Brilliant. I borrowed one of my friend's cars for the weekend for free, which is on fine. He's financing it and you borrowed it for free. Congratulations, Hassan. Way to go. Way to go. You know what's so funny, Hassan? He's probably thinking, oh, man, Hassan's down on his luck, man. I'm going to go ahead and let him borrow my car, let him know I'm doing it big. I don't know. I'm just making that up, though. Okay, I don't know. But people think like that, right? And they think, oh, man, Hassan's down on his luck. Let me let him borrow my car. Yeah, because, I'm doing big things. Whatever. I'm breaking another push-up. Guinness World Record. Hey, you got to play the game, Hassan. It doesn't matter. Hey, let them think what they want to think. And I feel for this generation before me, man. You guys got social media. You got Instagram. You got all these people pretending to have money. Oh man. Oh, there's so many people out there just pretending. They're just pretending. And it's hard to decipher who has what, who's. Oh man, I feel bad for this generation. I really do. I do. You got to be able to. If this is you're in your 20s and your 30s, man, and you learn what I'm teaching you, you'll be able to weave through all that garbly goop noise on social media, man. Because if you look on social media, you would swear everybody's rich. Everybody got money. Everybody's living the life. That's not true. Most are in debt up to their eyeballs, but you can't see it. I can. I can see it. I can see it. I can hear the way they talk. I can hear the way when they write things along the pictures of this and that. I can hear the way they speak. They don't know what they're saying when they say it. You'll love it over here, you guys. You'll love it over here. I can bring you on this side. Yes, it's going to take sacrifice. Yes, there's a cost. Now, I'm not talking about my fee. I'm talking about your cost. Everybody's cost is different. You want to know your cost? Add up all your savings, add up all your debt, and then go savings minus debt equals your cost. Now you have to determine, are you willing to pay that cost? You willing to pay that price? Are you willing to pay that price? If you're not, you'll never know what I'm talking about ever. You'll never feel it either. Never. Yeah, exactly, Hyphy. Feel free to flaunt your depreciating objects with interest. Feel free. Have fun. The bank let you drive it, whatever, 72 months, whatever. Have fun. Oh, wow. So he let you borrow it anytime you want. Wow, that's cool. Don't even worry about it. Hey, let him pay the note. Let him pay the insurance. It's all on him. Great. Cool. Have fun. Thank you. Any other questions before I get off here? I'm about an hour and a half in this bad boy. Any other questions before I get off? Again, if you want a free 30-minute consultation, schedule yours at DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Leave a date, time, your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation so we can get straight into it. That helps me a lot. Don't forget to hit the donation link, put in a note. Let me know what you like. Not what you like. Let me know what I've done for you. It helps me out a lot. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like. Hey, you know what, Hassan, you're right. Is it good to buy a house before student loans is cleared? No, Red Shark, don't ever do that. Don't ever, you'll turn your dream house into a nightmare. Don't ever do that. Get rid of student loan debt. Student loan debt is only second to IRS debt. Get rid of your student loan debt. Do not get a house with student loan debt. Don't ever do that. Because think about it this way. Red Shark, if I was a bank and you've had student loan debt for 10 years, and you had a good job, good credit, and some money down, I would approve you in a minute. You know why? Because if you haven't paid off student loan debt in 10 years, you're definitely not going to pay a house off in 30. Approved. I'll own that house the whole time while you're calling yourself a homeowner the whole time. I will never lose that house. I will always own it. See what I'm saying? Don't ever do that. The banks see that. The bank knows if you're trying to get a house while your finances are in a negative. They just determine if you know that. If you don't know your finances are in a negative when buying a house, that's your problem. Red Shark. That is a great question too, by the way, Red Shark. That is. Thank you, Ivy. That is a wonderful question. Not me. I know. Oh, well, I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just saying, when I say you, I'm just saying in general out here, because I'm not saying that's you, but I always like on the way in, sir. Oh, appreciate that, Reality Fitness. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, Red Shark, that was a good question. And like I said, when I respond to questions, I say you because the general population thinks that way, okay? So it's going to reach somebody that's thinking about doing it, has done it, whatever, right? And so that's what that is. Don't ever do that. Ever, ever, ever. Because it's like, say like somebody comes into the bank and has $100,000 in student loans, right? And they've saved up $20,000 to put down on a house. If they walk into the bank and ask for a loan for a home, the bank understands that 20,000 minus 100,000 is negative 80,000. The bank understands that this person really believes that they have $20,000. So they're going to tax them accordingly because they don't know that they're negative 80,000, right? They don't know that they're in the hole. So the bank's going to say, sure, I'll prove you. Cool. You get this kind of loan. You're probably going to get an FHA mortgage, because that's where they steer people that don't know. The majority of people that don't know are steered towards FHA mortgages because they don't know. So they're going to tax you. They're going to tax you with all kind of fees inside of FHA mortgage. That's just one of the most horrible mortgages ever. I'm surprised it's even legal, but it's business. That's my feeling about it. My feelings about it are irrelevant. Okay. I don't care if the banks do that. That's their business. That's how they make money. They're in the business of making money, not teaching people about money. Okay. That's how they do it. They steer them to FHA mortgages since they don't know. That's your problem. Already being in negative debt, then asking for exactly. That's exactly what they're doing, Hyphy, but they don't know they're doing that. They're walking in the bank and saying, hey, bank, I want to go deeper in debt. Will you help me? The bank says, hell yes, we'll help you. Since you don't know, you're in the negative. It's almost like if the bank could literally say, hey, yeah, I know you're college educated because I can see by the amount of loans you got, but why would you go to college for 4 years and pay on your student loans for 15 or 20 years? That doesn't make any sense. Do you know that? You don't know that? Okay, here, sign here. Here you go. You're a homeowner now, because if you believe it's cool keeping your student loans for longer than the amount of time you went to college, you deserve to believe that you're a homeowner for 30 years. Okay, here you go. Here's the keys. The person goes, am I a homeowner? The bank says, you sure are. Here you go. See you later, homeowner. Then, and you know what's crazy? This was even more crazy. They're building up these neighborhoods, right? They have HOAs, homeowner association dues. Now, can you imagine being in one of these neighborhoods with an FHA mortgage on top of your mortgage with all the fees, and then you have HOA dues? You're in a neighborhood that a committee can tell you what you can and cannot do with your own home that you're supposed to be the homeowner of. Hell to the no would I do that ever. And I'm paying for something that a committee can tell me what I can and cannot do with my home. No, I'm not doing any of that. And so those are people inside of neighborhoods that believe they're homeowners with FHA mortgages, which they'll never have them, along with student loans, never own it, and along with student loans and HOA dues. And if you don't pay your HOA dues, they can put a lien. Oh man, it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. And you still pay property tax. Yeah, you still pay property tax, Red Shark. That's true. Yeah. But I get that question all the time. But if you compare yearly property taxes with a monthly mortgage, there's no comparison. Especially if you're financially free, Red Shark. If you're financially free, property taxes are nothing. They're nothing. 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 And once you're Red Shark, once you're out of the debt matrix, you will see the purpose of taxes, because you got to remember, nobody can make more land. Nobody. So if they didn't have property taxes, now this is just my view, okay? This is not written anywhere. This is just what I see, okay? It's just my opinion. Nobody can make more land. Nobody. Only God can do that, okay? So if they didn't put taxes on there, people would buy property and then they can just sit on it. They do nothing with it. They don't have to work. They don't have to. And then we would eventually run out. But if the more people in the debt matrix that don't understand money, eventually they're going to lose the home. So for example, say like this. You know about money. You did it all right. You bought a house, blah, blah, blah. But you didn't teach your kids about money, right? And so when you pass, you say, I'm going to will this to my kids, right? And they don't know nothing about money. What's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to refinance that house, get the money out, spend it on bull crap. And guess what? They're going to lose it because of taxes. Period. That's how it happens. And then it's recycled. This is why what I teach is generational. It has to go down in generations so that doesn't happen. It has to stay wherever you choose to. So when you know about money and you know about you're out of the debt matrix, you're not going to will that to anybody. You're going to will it to somebody that understands money. If not, you're going to put some stipulations in your will, say, hey, yeah, I'm going to give you this, but this money is designated for these taxes every single year. You're going to do something. You're not just going to say, here, son, because I love you. Here, daughter, because I love you. Do you know about money? No, I'm not giving you away. I'm not giving you nothing. I wouldn't dare give my kids, I wouldn't give my boys, if they didn't know about money, I would not give my boys anything. I'm just throwing it away. No, I'll donate it before I do that. Many families in the South have lost homes that were completely paid off, but they failed to. Exactly, Hyphy. Check it out. In Seattle, where I'm from, right? There was this area called the CD, the Central District, was mainly black, but it was close to downtown Seattle. And listen to this, you guys, okay? I want you to listen to this closely, because once you're financially free, you can see the big billionaire moves. Now, the CD was primarily black, ghetto area. You wouldn't want to live there, but they had the big older homes, right? And I remember one year, out of the blue, a Starbucks pops up in the middle of the hood. A Starbucks. I was like, what the hell? Why in the hell would they put a Starbucks in the middle of the hood? Out of nowhere, it was this empty field where I used to ride my dirt bikes in, right? It was just this empty square block. Nothing was there, just the hood and houses and old stores around it. Then a Starbucks pops up. Now, if you go there today, 10 years later, all high-rise buildings, apartment buildings around this Starbucks. You can ride your bike to downtown Seattle from it. You couldn't even get in there $1 million beginning. But they knew this 10 to 15 years before it. Now, if there's a bad area, a bad neighborhood in your where you live, right, that you wouldn't live there for $1 million, right? It's so bad, right? But if you go there and you see a Starbucks pop up there, or some kind of name brand company just pop up out of nowhere, they know something that you don't know that's coming. It might be 10 years from now, but that's a sign. Because the Starbucks that popped up in the hood, man, you go, what street is that? God, I want you guys to Google this in Seattle. Oh, God, I forgot the name of the street. But you can do an aerial view of it. You look at this area, there's all high-rise building apartments complex, and Starbucks is right in the center of it. Oh, man. Blew me away, because when it first popped up, it blew me away. I was like, why are they putting a Starbucks in the middle of the hood? That doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me. I know now. You know how much money that Starbucks is going to make? Oh, yeah. They had to deal with the riffraff coming into Starbucks. At first, I wouldn't even go to that Starbucks because of the people there. The service there was horrible. Unlike any Starbucks I've ever went to in my life, the service there was horrible. Starbucks was like, yeah, we're just going to deal with that for a little while. We're going to deal with that. Oh, yeah. See, we're equal up. Again, this is just my opinion. I don't know if this is true or not. They put, hey, look what we're doing for the community. We're putting a Starbucks. See, we're equal opportunity. Look at all. Hey, black people, look, we got a Starbucks here. It's not just for the white people. I'm not saying that any of this is true. Okay. But now, I guarantee if I go there now, I guarantee the service is totally different. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Brilliant. So if you see this, you better take notes. Why are they putting this coffee shop in the middle of this bad area? Because something's coming. They're not making any more land. That's impossible. Only God can do that. So they got to wait till everybody gets filtered out. They pushed all the black people out to the suburbs, and all the other people came in, bought up the land, and now they can ride their bikes to downtown Seattle. Believe that. Brilliant. You'll never get me like that again. You'll never fool me like that again, ever, because I'm financially free. I can see. I can see now. Stop. Reality of fitness. Hey, reality of fitness. Check it out. This is what you're missing. I'm speaking debt free. People in debt can't understand what I'm saying. Even if you think I'm joking, try to speak this language to somebody that don't get it. You're going to be the Charlie Brown teacher voice, reality of fitness. Remember the Charlie Brown teacher voice? That's what you're going to be. They can't hear you. This is why it's so brilliant. It's hidden in plain sight. PK from the Rockies. What's up? Most people only see the Starbucks, but miss the city planning meetings, and that happened. Exactly. BK from the Rockies. Exactly. City planning meeting. Ain't going into that stupid nonsense. Okay. Now check it out, BK. You don't really have to. I mean, you can get up ahead on the city planning meetings, but you can just look around and see what the businesses that are popping up out of nowhere. Like we had, for example, I grew up in the ghetto, in the projects in Seattle. They used to be called Rainier Vista, okay? And they used to be along Martin Luther King Drive or street, whatever, right? Now, all of a sudden, the projects start getting shut down and closed, okay? Because projects in Seattle used to be on main property lines, okay? Main good properties. Check it out. Next thing you know, all the projects started getting closed down. Now they got the light rail that runs right down Martin Luther King Way. Now you try to get a house along that street now, good luck. Along the light rail, you better have some money. But before, that was the projects, baby. Nobody even wanted to come down there. But now, brilliant. Hey, I'm talking a whole new language, Hassan. The more you watch what your area is doing is tax money, you better can see. Exactly. You can see that once they start raising taxes, Rockies, they're pushing people out. And the people are complaining. And then they come in and say, hey, you want to, because remember they used to have the old big homes back then. I mean, these people are coming in here, redoing these homes. Man, them homes are beautiful. Oh man, they are so beautiful. So beautiful. Hey, Fresh Prince CEO, welcome. Yes, sir. Made another live. I'm all in. Thanks for hey, you're welcome. There's a young man, DTN. Hey, DTN, he's your age. Okay? He's your age. DTN, hey, talk to him. I don't know if DTN's still in the room, but hey, he's your age. Fresh Prince CEO, DTN window cleaning is your age. This is a young man, Fresh Prince CEO. He's on the right track. He's just I'm going to fill in the gaps. And you're going to take off. You're going to speak the language fully, Fresh Prince CEO. You're going to speak the language fully at your age. Oh man. If I knew what I knew today at 30, I'd have been a multimillionaire a long time. First of all, I would have been a millionaire with a regular job. That's number one. That should tell you something right now. I would have been a millionaire with having a regular job. I'd have been a multimillionaire knowing what I know outside of a job. Guaranteed. BK from the Rockies, keyword light rail. Exactly. You know, change is coming when the state government starts allotting money for the rails. Exactly. Now, hey, check it out, Rockies. BK from the Rockies. We didn't have a light rail system for the longest in Seattle. Now they're spreading that bad boy all across Seattle. Okay. Now we have the more richer people stay in what's called Bellevue, Washington. This is across the water. They're extending the light rail across the water now. Before that light rail started coming, though, this area in Bellevue used to be it was average. They started building it up. Now Bellevue's starting to look like downtown Seattle. Why? Because the light rail's coming over there now. Now people don't have to drive their cars. They can bus in all the people they need to work for the rich over in the light rail. Now, the people that don't understand money, they're packing them on just like sardines on the light rail. Hey, we don't have to drive. We can just pay the fee. Oh, yeah. Bring them all over. And then when they're done, they just hop on the light rail, go back out to the suburbs where they belong until we need you again. That's how it works. Nothing personal. Nothing personal. Oh, hey, Lee, you live in Auburn? Hey, check it out. That's where they pushed everybody in Auburn. Have you noticed how much the houses are going up in Auburn now? That ain't cheap. $300,000-$400,000 in Auburn. Ain't that crazy? $300,000 or $400,000 in Auburn, and that's with HOAs. Are you crazy? That used to be farmland. Now look at it. So if houses are that much money in Auburn, imagine Seattle. But remember, oh, I'm sorry. Let me throw that up again. I'm sorry. Yep, and Puyallup. You're right, and Puyallup. Hey, what's that, Lee? What's that area? East Hill or God? What is that in Puyallup? Because I went up there a few times before I left. That area is starting to change. I was like, how much are the houses here in Puyallup? And you still smell the farmland. They still got quite a bit of farmland out there, but that ain't cheap anymore. With HOAs, homeowner association dues. Are you crazy? But again, when you're financially free, South Hill, okay. When you're financially free, housing market prices no longer apply to you. Housing market values no longer apply to you because the majority of people are signing 30-year mortgages, calling themselves homeowners. I don't know how the banks did that. I don't know how they did that. How do they make people believe they are homeowners while having a 30-year mortgage, promising money? Listen closely. Even if this is you, okay, listen. You're promising money to the bank that doesn't even exist yet. You haven't even made it. You don't even know if you're going to make it, but yet you promised it to the bank. I don't know how the banks did that. How did they do? I don't know how they do that. It's brilliant. They push everybody, Puyallup, South Hill, Tacoma. Hey, but check it out, Lee. I did go to the Tacoma waterfront. They're changing that. They're doing something over there. I think they're trying to make Tacoma, especially in the waterfront area, the second, like Seattle #2 or something, because it's changed. It's not the way it used to look. It's totally different. Hope you guys got my email right there. You guys can email me for a free 30-minute consultation to set up a scheduled consultation. Send a date, time, your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation so we can get straight into it. I'll have my notes ready. So when we get on that phone, we just go straight into it. And I'll say, this is what I can do for you. I create a financial plan for you, a detailed financial plan. I have several different types of plans according to once I hear your situations, like, for example, so you guys know, some people come to me that are doing financially good, but they're in debt and they can't figure out why they're in debt, yet they're making all this money. They're living a certain lifestyle. They're looking and living good, but yet they're in debt. I help those people. You might be in debt, know you're in debt, and you can't figure out how to get out. I help you too, because it's all the same. Nothing's different. I know it looks different from the outside, but it's not. Okay. And a lot of people come because they might be embarrassed that they make a lot of money, but they're broke. They're embarrassed about that. But I fill in the gaps to say, this is why, this is the reason. Don't be embarrassed. To be happy that you're recognizing that, and then we'll fix it. We're going to change that. We're going to change it forever. You're never going to go back. The tax package stream from the last week was a good one. Oh, thank you, Hyphy. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I never saw taxes the way I do now. I didn't for years. Let me tell you something. And I'm not embarrassed now to say it, but for most of my working life, check it out. I never knew my tax bracket. I heard about tax brackets, but I assumed, hey, if I have to learn, you got to be rich to worry about tax brackets. No, you don't. You just need to know knowing your tax bracket is very, very important. That's very important. That's very important. When you hear a person brag that they're high up in a tax bracket, that's nothing to brag about. Oh yeah, man, my tax bracket's high. I'm way up there. Why are you bragging about that? You're happy that you're paying a lot in taxes? That's nothing to brag about. All right, any other questions? We're going on 2 hours. Will my videos be long? Should I take advantage of the max on 401(b)? 413 or 403(b), that's pre-tax, right, Red Shark? If it's pre-tax, yes. I know about I don't want to speak about 403(b) right away if I don't know, right? But if it's pre-tax, yes. Yes. Anything pre-tax, you got to remember, Red Shark. If you're financially free, that means you have the money to max out your pre-tax options. Maxing out your pre-tax options. Don't worry, the investment and where the money's going and it grows, that's just the frosting on top of the cake, okay? The guarantee is the tax savings. Not only the money you put in grows, but you get to every year you get to take off that same amount of money off of your annual taxes, meaning you get to lower yourself in the tax bracket that the majority cannot afford to do. That gap between the cans and the cannot, that's called phantom income. That is real. It's only phantom to those in the debt matrix. That's why it's called phantom income. It's only phantom to those in debt. They can't afford to do it, so they can't see it. So they're worried about the match, the rate of return. But if Red Shark, if they add up all their savings and add up all their debt, savings minus debt equals how much money they are actually contributing to the retirement. If their finances are in the negative, they're not contributing anything. It's mathematically impossible to contribute negative dollars to your retirement. See what I'm saying? It doesn't exist. They don't know that. They don't know they're not contributing anything. So the money is in their retirement. They think it's there. All they got to do is do math. Say savings minus debt equals how much money I have in retirement. If they're in the negative, that money's not there. It's just digital numbers on the computer screen when they log into their retirement account. They say, oh, I got this much money in my retirement account. No, it's not. It's not there. You just think it's there. You're in the negative. Any other questions? Please don't forget to like this video. Please do not forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to share. Please don't forget to recommend me to other finance channels that might want me on their shows. I'm trying to do it all. Give me while I'm small, because I'm growing. I'm going to grow. But I won't forget anybody. I'll still be me. I ain't going to change. I'll still be teaching 5th grade math, no matter how big I get. I'll still be teaching this the same way. Any other questions before I go? Thank you, everyone. Big old money signs, BK from the Rockies. You're right. Automatic property value increase, the best bet. You sure can, man. Man, and if you financially free, guess what? If another economy crash happens like back in 2008, it will be Christmas time for you. It's going to be Christmas for me. Christmas time. Because imagine if you were financially free and you had stacks of money back in 2008, you could have bought up damn near your whole block. While everybody left and abandoned their houses because they thought they were homeowners and quickly found out that they wasn't. And then you could have got them houses for pennies on the dollars and sat on them and let it come back around. They're not making any more land, so it's coming back around. And if you own the houses, you don't care. You can sit on them. All you're doing is paying taxes. That's it. Because you got to remember, when that crash happened, the housing market crashed, guess what else goes down? The taxes. The taxes on the property also go down. if the houses go down, the taxes still don't say hi, they go down. So you bought a house that barely has any taxes on it, and you could afford it all because you're not in debt. Christmas time. All right, you guys have a good one. That's 2 hours. If there's not any other questions, I'm gonna get on out of here. Please don't forget, free 30-minute consultation. Schedule yours at DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. Don't forget the date, time, phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation. I see you, Fresh Prince. I see you. I'm going to take you into a whole nother world, baby. You're already there. Your vision's there. I see it. I just got to wipe a little bit of fog off your glasses. You just got a little bit of fog. That's it. Just a little bit. I got some Windex in my hands. Now can you see? All right. You guys have a wonderful day. Wonderful Tuesday. All right. You have a good one, Fresh Prince. High Feed, Red Shark, BK, Lee Scott, William S., Hassan. Thank you all for participating. I already said High Feed. Yeah, okay. DTN, I don't know if you're still there. Ill Wills, you're probably gone too. See you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right. Bye-bye.